get to walking, bro. I look at the time on my GPS by walk. It says 3 hours.
We about to have fun. You know summer just begun. Party all night until we see the sun. Call up the plug, roll the 3-5 in the blunt. Outside, you know it's gonna be a vibe. Get your camera phone, start the Instagram live.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. What's up, YouTube? Guys. First of all, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you hit that little bell to stay notified whenever I post a new video, because honestly, you're gonna love it here. Like, here is the place to be. If you want some juicy stories, if you want vlogs that I haven't made yet, if you want girl talks, this is the place to be. So like, you should subscribe. I'm just saying, like, it'll do you good. And also make sure you follow my socials to stay up to date in my daily life. Of course. But as you can tell by the title, today is another story time, you know, because it's never ending. There's never enough lore to be told, you know. As you can tell by the title, this is the story time of my worst date experience that ended with me walking about 8 miles home. Good times. So this story takes place about 3 years ago, okay? So I was 16 at the time. I was in the 10th grade, and this story time takes place with a guy who is my ex, obviously. I low-key feel the urge to name drop him just because of everything that he ultimately ended up putting me through, but I don't think I will in this story time. But lucky for you guys, this isn't the only story time I have to tell about him. Like, I have a good, like, depending on like how long and how much videos I end up making, like I got a few more story times about this man. So I definitely think in the main story time that I'm gonna tell about him, I think I will name drop him because he's crusty, dusty, and musty, and he deserves it, you know. But we're gonna give him a name in this story time. What should I name him? I'm gonna name him Musty. And it's kind of close to his name. It starts with like the same letter. So in this story time, his name will be Musty. Okay, so just for like reference sake, like this isn't, I'm not gonna tell you like our whole backstory because I'm gonna end up probably just doing that in another video. Like, I think I'm gonna just like tell a video of like the relationship in general, probably like worst boyfriend, but this is just worst date. So I didn't meet him in like towards the end of my 10th grade year. I met him, I'm pretty sure it was Take Your Child to Work Day. So obviously I think most of you are either in school or go to school or just freshly graduated. You would know that like Take Your Child to Work Day is basically towards the end of the school year. Like it's towards the end. So when I had met him, there was only like a few months left of school. So most of our relationship takes place over the summer, and then we broke up, and then a whole bunch of bullshit happened after because we went to the same school even after we broke up. But that's not what this story time is. So I met him at the end of my 10th grade year, and we dated over the summer. I think over the summer we only went on 2 dates. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I could be missing something, but I only remember 2 dates that me and him have went on, and they're like, this is what that story time is gonna be. And there were some doodle ass dates, bro. So this is in May. This is May of 2023, and I'm 16, and I'm pretty sure he's 17. Cool, and we're dating. Somewhere between May 3rd and like August is when the dates, like I said, it happened over the summer. For some reason I end up like wanting to see him. I don't really remember why I wanted to see him. I don't know if he like talked it up, but I do remember like him telling me like not to come that day and me wanting to come regardless, and I end up asking like my mom. I was asking her if I could go, and she was like, yeah, you can go, whatever. So I went. I was telling him like, oh, I'm gonna see you today, and he's like, no, like don't see me, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't see you. I end up seeing him. Like I end up going by Uber. Mind you, I live in Miami and he lives in Kendall, and that's pertinent to the story. Let me give a description to him. Okay, so Musty was short. Musty was like my height, which is actually bombastic because I don't like guys that are my height or like shorter. But he was probably like, he wasn't that tall, I'm not gonna lie to you. He was probably like 5'3", maybe 5'4", like my mom's height, honestly. He was skinny, like he was a stick figure. He was Pakistan. He was, you guys know what I mean. He was that. And you know, he had like dark features. He had brown skin. Honestly, probably darker than mine. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like his skin was pretty dark, like Indian, I guess. Like a dark Indian, like the skin colors they have is like the skin color he had. He wore glasses. He had dark hair, whatever. And like looks wise, I would say he is lacking a bit in the looks department. Like, you know, like if I showed you guys a picture of him, most of you would think he's chop shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's not even just me being a hater. That's like objectively true. That's objectively true, bro. Like, you know, it just is. Like, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Cool. So that's him. That's Muzzy, okay? And like I said, I had came over. His parents were strict. I don't know what their thing was. I don't know if they wanted him to date someone like in his like religion. I don't know what it was, but I know his parents were strict. They had cameras in the home. His dad was, from what he told me, low-key like a piece of shit, but that's neither here nor there. So going to his house wasn't really an option, I guess, unless he wanted it to be, but for the most part it was off limits, which is actually like also like pertinent to the story. So I think I either like meet him in the because they even had cameras like on the driveway and stuff. So I think I just met him at a park. He had a park near his house, like from walking distance. He also worked near there, which is pertinent to the story as well. So basically, let's just say his house was over here. You walk a little bit, park, and then walk a little bit, and there's like a plaza and like, you know, Burger King. There's a shopping center, just a plaza, you know. And there was also like a golf ball field. Like they had a big golf ball field. That's the setup. And this was all in walking distance from each other. Cool. So I get there, let's just say for the sake of the story, I pull up at this park and I'm waiting for him. You know, he probably like get on the phone like, oh, I'm here, and then he's like, oh yeah. So that's something that would happen. Like when I would come over, you know, it's crazy. Like in my head, it feels like this happened a lot more times than I'm pretty sure it actually did. Cause in my head, I only remember us meeting up like 2 times like over in his area, but in my head maybe there was just so much like chaos within these 2 times that it feels like it was so much more, but I don't remember anything other than like the 2 times that me and him met. So something that he would do is like I would get there and he's like, oh, like, you know, since he lives right there, he would like, oh, okay, like I'm getting dressed and I'll be on my way shortly. So I'm just like waiting there, and then he comes, and then I see him like all the way like a little speck in the horizon coming. I see him, you know, making his way, his little fucking runner, speed racer ass coming. Anyways, because I don't know, he had a habit of running. Like that man would take off on you. Like honestly, looking back in it, it's kind of cringy. Like no, even then it was cringy, but it's kind of cringy that I dated him. Guys, don't judge me. Also, another disclaimer is that your girl at the time, the standards were a little low. Like things were a little scary. I won't lie to you. Like, you know, the person I was when I dated him, the person I am now are two different people. Like, so if you guys hear me telling this story and you're like, girl, what the fuck, just I'm letting you know that, girl, I know. So like, you don't have to tell me, girl, what the fuck. You can if you want to. Feel free to share whatever you think, but like, girl, I already know. So, you know, I know, trust me. I know, like, you don't have to come down my throat. Like, I know he was trifling. I know the stuff I'm about to say is trifling, but hey, bro, it is what it is. I broke up with him eventually, and that's all that matters. Anyways, back to the story. So he comes, you know, he makes his way over to me. We chill at the park. I'm pretty sure that's mostly what we did that day, was just like chilling at the park. You know, they had like an actual like play area. I know he knew a lot of people, like even in the school, like he knew a lot of people. Man was a yapper, man, like kind of, I would say he made friends with everybody, but that's kind of even in itself a whole thing, but I'm not going to get into that. He knew a lot of people. So at the park he knew people, at jobs he knew people, at the plaza he knew people, which is also kind of relevant. Maybe not for this story, but it is relevant. So, you know, he comes, whatever, we just chill at the park. They have like a baseball field and everything. I don't remember exactly what we did this day, but I know we were just chilling at the park for the most part. We chilled. We may have gotten some food. I think we did at least. And I don't know. We just chilled for the most part. Like, probably like is each other or whatever, you know. We talked. Sometimes when his parents were like out and stuff, he would like drive his car so that we could just chill in his car and stuff like that. But I'm honestly like gonna fast forward through this part just because most events that took place the first day I came, I don't really remember. He didn't want me to come. I didn't know why he didn't want me to come, but it's because he had like a date planned for the second day. Before I came, he ends up telling me that if I come today, I have to come tomorrow, which I didn't really know why, because he didn't tell me at the time. He just said, if you come today, you have to come tomorrow. And the thing is, my mom, she had let me come the first day, but I knew she wouldn't have let me come the second day, because it's just like, I don't know, I feel like that's a parent thing. Like, it's like, if you go outside today, then you can't go outside tomorrow, basically. When we had got there, he was just like, oh, like, you're coming back tomorrow, right? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because like my mom, and he was like, no, like, you have to come back. Like, I told you, you know, I told you this before you came, and you still decided to come, so you're gonna have to come back. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, like, don't hurt me a little bit, because he was, I don't know, bro, this man, when I say he was controlling, like, he was a bit controlling. Like, he had anger issues. So when he said, oh, you have to come back tomorrow, honestly, I was just listening to him. I was like, all right. Okay, I don't, because everything would be a problem. If I hadn't come back tomorrow, then he'll be blowing up my phone, mad at me for a week because I didn't come, like, you know. But so I was just like, okay, I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I end up doing it, which is also gonna be pertinent to the story. Cool. So, you know, whatever, we're chilling, you know, just whatever you imagine two high schoolers would do, like chilling at a park, talking, whatever, that's what we did. And then I go home that day. Maybe I Ubered, maybe he takes me home, I'm not sure. Instructions unclear. But, you know, that day passes. So the next day comes, and obviously, you know, we're talking, and he's like, you're gonna come today, right? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna come today, whatever. But here's the thing. That day, I already knew that I wasn't allowed to go. So as someone who wants to go somewhere that they already know that they're not allowed to go to, girl had to start conspiring.
Ever had a dreams that you
Conspiring a plan, bro. Okay, cool. So at this time, your girl was broke, okay, which is, you know, hey, bro, happens to the best of us. I was very broke, like I didn't have no money. And so when I would Uber, it would be like off my mom's card. Like, you know, when I went the first time, she had paid for it, and that's another reason why she was kind of like, no, because it was probably like what, like probably from like $40 to $60 in Uber, okay? But she did have, like, her car was on file, so keep that in mind. So I'm like, all right, like, you know, I'm just gonna go. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna go. I went. Okay, cool. I get there. I go pull up to the park. I tell him I'm here. He's like, all right, cool, you know, whatever. I'm here too. And the first part of the date was, you know, like, other than like seeing each other and like whatever, just getting some food. So I'm 90% sure that the first thing that we did was get some food. So mind you, this is the beginning of the date. The worst day ever. This is the beginning of it. I was just giving you guys the background information. So first thing on the itinerary is to get some food. So we go to lovely old McDonald's and wait in line a little bit. I think I had went to the bathroom to wash my hands, came back out. I just told him my order, or I ordered it and then I had went while they were waiting for the food or whatever. And so, you know, we order our food, we're waiting, we sit in like one of those little booths, like, you know. So the way this McDonald's was set up is like, there's like the cash register. Let's say there's a cash register, and then this is like, you know, the line would be here. There would be all like seats and stuff like that. But also you could turn, and the bathrooms would be at the end of the hallway. But there's also like seats and seats. Does that make sense? So we were sitting like right there, like behind the cash register, kind of like in the hallway area, like next to the bathroom, basically. But not like right next to the bathroom, but just like in that little corner or whatever. Cool. So I'm sitting there, he goes, he gets the food, he comes back. I know he did make a comment about the fact that he paid for my food and like, look how nice he's being. Like, oh, I got you McDonald's and I'm using my hard-earned money to get you some food. And I'm like, I mean, at the time, honestly, I know it was sweet. Would that impress me now? No. But also, like, I do appreciate small gestures. Like, I'm not an asshole. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, you got me McDonald's, so therefore you're worth like whatever. But I was just like, I don't know, it was just bragging about it, like McDonald's isn't like what, $10. Like,
go get yourself something nice, okay?
Thank you. Is it $7?
I don't know, but and he was like cocky with it. He was like, oh yeah, like, I'm spending my hard-earned money to buy you some McDonald's, like, I'm boyfriend of the year basically. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, oh, you know, thank you, I appreciate it, whatever. And I'm eating my little McDonald's and he's eating his food. I'm pretty sure I probably got like, I got a shake. I know I got like an Oreo shake. I'm pretty sure I got some cookies. That might have been it. Maybe like some chicken nuggets, because the thing is, I don't like McDonald's. Like, even to this day, I don't like McDonald's like that. From McDonald's today, I would get a Frappy, cookies, and some chicken nuggets. That's it. I don't like nothing else in McDonald's. Then I didn't really frequent McDonald's like that either. Like, from Burger King, at least I can get a burger. McDonald's, they look like jail food burgers. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. That's all you. But like, I'm a top 10 McDonald's hater, bro. I digress. So we're eating our food. I don't know how we get on this topic, but we do. We're talking, right? I don't know how this conversation ends up on this conversation. I don't know if I said something that pissed him off. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like, I had made a joke. I don't know who started it. I'll be honest, I don't remember. Most likely him, but that's neither here nor there. But I probably said something that he didn't like. And then he just basically, essentially, let's just say I'm sitting here and he's sitting here. He just looks like, and he's staring. He's just staring. He's looking past me, basically. And I'm like, at first I'm like, like, I'm like, okay, like, I know he's up to some bullshit over here, but I'm not even gonna give this man no attention. So I'm just eating. Okay. I'm looking at him. I'm like, what is he staring at? So I look to see what he's staring at, and he's staring at a girl. And I'm like, and not even that, and like I just flattered my hair. Not even that, and like oh my god, like, he's staring at a girl. Oh my god, does she think she's prettier than me? No, I'm staring at. I'm looking at. I'm doing all that because it's like, gang, like we can't ever have like a normal interaction. Like, why does it always have, mind you, he's supposed to be my boyfriend. Like, imagine that. For any of you who have boyfriends, imagine your boyfriend sitting there staring at another girl right in front of you and doing it on purpose during a date. Anyways, so he's staring at this girl, and I already know why he's staring. Before he even says anything, I know why he's staring at her. He's staring at her because this girl, mind you, this girl, she's just sitting there eating her food alone, whatever, minding her own business, as she should, right? But you know, the girl, she had a little bit big yitties. she basically had like a fuller breast or whatever, right? And he's just staring. Like, I'm looking at him stare at her. And then, not if staring was enough, then he's gonna start making comments. He says, what do you think her cup size is? Like, he's basically asking me like, what do I think about her cup size? What size cups do I have? Whatever. I don't know if he directly says that he likes bigger boobs or whatever, but he's definitely implying it. And I'm just looking at him like, I'm not really saying much, because like, what do you say to that? And I already knew what he was doing. That's why I didn't like give him much of a reaction like while he was doing it. It was just irritating me, and I was just like, I don't know. In that moment, I was just kind of thinking like, I got my McDonald's. I don't even know, bro. I have nothing to justify like that, but I was just like, I already know what you're trying to do. So I was just like looking at him like, oh, I don't know, like, like, okay. And then at some point I'm eating, and I spill my drink. The thing is about me is I'm a clumsy ass person. Like, I literally, it doesn't matter what I'm eating or whatever, your girl will somehow manage to spill it, or get some on me, get some on the table, get some somewhere. Like, I don't know what about it, I'll knock something over. Like, I'm just clumsy. So this was an accident, I'm not gonna lie to you. I accidentally spilled my Oreo shake or something. So I accidentally knocked it over, right? And when I knocked it over, because I'm pretty sure I'm like eating my cookies or whatever. So I knock it over and like it spills, and he's all like, oh my god, like, and when I say like this is not an exaggeration. How I'm gonna reenact him is an exaggeration. This man had anger issues. So me doing this was gonna start World War III with him. So he's like, oh my god, like, you just like spilled oh my god, you spilled it, like, what, she can't do anything, whatever. So he's cleaning up. I was just looking at him. I'm like, yes, it was an accident, like mentally that was an accident, but you're the same person who is just comparing my boobs to another girl in front of my face. So you can clean that up by yourself, I'll be honest. So I'm looking at him, yeah, I spilled it. Like, what do you want me to do about it? And he's cleaning up. At some point, he notices that I'm not helping him at all. So then he's just looking at me like, like, nah, fam. Like, I got something for you. Don't worry. And I'm joking and I'm laughing, but this was very serious at the time. Okay, the way, like, when I say he had anger issues, like any little thing that I would do wrong or like not correct or whatever, he would get very mad, and I won't hear the end of it. Basically, I'm not gonna hear the end of it. So he sits there, he's like, look side-eyeing me, you know, like shooting me daggers or whatever, like just like, oh, like, you're gonna sit there and make me clean it up all by myself. Oh, mind you, this is where he worked, by the way. Like, he worked at this McDonald's. So even when we went up there, the people already knew him. Like, they were making their little comments like, oh, like, this is the girl you're dating, oh my god, like, da-da-da, right? He's cleaning up. He doesn't say nothing to me when we're there. He's just cleaning up all like mad, right? He cleans everything up. I'm just looking at him. I'm pretty sure I finished eating my food, and we end up like leaving. And when we end up leaving, as soon as we leave, he starts going off on me. He's like, oh, like, this is where I work, and you're gonna sit here and embarrass me, and you're not gonna clean it up. Like, I'm sitting here taking you on a date, and this is how you're gonna act. Like, I just can't believe you. Like, you're unbelievable, whatever. I'm just like, oh, okay. Mind you, this is happening. We were walking to the park. So like I said, all of this stuff was close together, but we were walking from the job and the plaza to the park area. So the whole walk, mind you, like, let's just say, I would say like 5 minutes. I'm not gonna be extra, whatever. For a 5-minute straight walk during the date, this man is going in on me about the type of girl I am and saying, oh, you know, you're not gonna clean it up and you're embarrassing me. I don't understand why you act this way, this, that, and the dirt. Cool, I'm just standing there like walking with him, just drinking the rest of my drink, just like, like I don't know what to tell you, bro. You're on your own with this. I don't even got nothing to say to you, cause like, what? Look at the type of boyfriend you are. Like, the fuck? At some point, he stops his rant. Pretty sure I was smiling, cause I was enjoying my food. I was just like drinking on my drink or like eating it. I'm pretty sure it was a shake. So I'm not just saying I'm just drinking on my shake. I'm mad at him. I'm not talking to him, but I'm just like kind of like smiling to myself. I was a smiley person. Like, your girl, ask anybody I went to school with, like, your girl always had a big old smile on her face. So I'm just in my own world, basically. I'm just like, all right, freak my annoying ass boyfriend for a second. Let me just enjoy my McDonald's, dog. Like, please, like, this is supposed to be a date, mind you. So I'm just drinking my little drink. I'm like, him, but like, and he looks over to me and he's like, what you smiling for? Like, I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you and I'm being serious and you're sitting over there smiling. Like, I'll give you something, I'll wipe that smile off your face real quick. Like, don't smile, basically. Like, he said that. He said, I'll wipe that smile off your face real quick. And I'm just like, what is your problem, dog? Like, why are we beefing for real, bro? We're beefing over a spilled drink, bro. Like, that was all the way back there. You're still mad at me about it. So he's like, you know, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't say nothing. I'm just like, I can't smile. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then he's just like, yeah, like, whatever. And we'll continue walking in silence. And then now I'm like, I have my attitude. I'm not talking, whatever. And then he starts trying to make jokes and like talk to me again. You know how like you get into a fight with your boyfriend, or you guys get into a fight, and then you guys have to somehow like make it not awkward no more. So you start trying to be buddy, whatever. That's basically what he was trying to do. He was just trying to be buddy. I'm just like, I was just annoyed. Like, I had an attitude. So I'm just like, he's like, oh, are you done with your drink? And I'm like, kind of, like, I don't really know, because I stopped drinking it. And he was like, I'm gonna throw it in the trash. I don't know if I gave it to him, or he told me to give it to him, or he took it from me. I don't remember, but I do know that he was threatening to throw it in the trash. But I'm thinking I was done with it. I don't know if I was still drinking it, if I was done with it. I just remember that him threatening that he was gonna throw my drink in the trash. I know at some point we ended up getting into his car. I don't know why, like, we were walking, we got into his car. He was basically just showing me around the plaza. Like, he was showing me around the plaza, and in one of the stores in the plaza, which he said that it was his favorite store. It was a crystal store. They basically had all types of crystals. You know, they have like the meaning on which each crystal is for. Like, oh, this crystal is for like mental health. This crystal is for happiness. I'm not a crystal person. They had a bunch of crystals, and those crystals were expensive. Obviously, some more than others. They had crystals in different shape, bigger crystals, smaller crystals in like the shape of an elephant, crystals in this shape, crystals in that shape, crystals everywhere. And when we walk into the store, obviously I see all the crystals, different colors and stuff like that. And the girl, it was one girl, like a teenager as well, and she works there, and apparently, which I didn't know until like later, we'll get to that, but apparently he knows her. We get in there, he tells me not to touch anything because he knows I'm clumsy, so he tells me not to touch anything. So we're walking around the store. He starts talking to the girl in the front, just talking to her. I'm just looking, like, pretending to be interested, looking at all the different crystals, whatever. And there was a crystal, I don't remember what like shape it was, but I'm pretty sure it was like a certain type of shape that looked interesting to touch, like maybe like an elephant or something. So I pick it up, and for some reason, bro, my clumsy ass drops it. So I drop the crystal, and when I drop the crystal, this man looks back at me. Like, he comes over and he looks back at me. I'm pretty sure the girl at some point started like coming over to like us too, but he comes over to me, he picks it up, and he whispers in my ear, I'm going to kill you. Like, obviously not in like no serial killer ass way, but basically like, when we get out this store, it's your ass, basically. So I'm just like, oh my god, bro. mind you, we just finished arguing about McDonald's, or basically him berating me for dropping or spilling McDonald's. Now I just dropped this crystal and he's gonna be on my ass again. Like, we just got on good terms again. So I'm like, oh my god, bro. So he picks it up, it chipped a little bit, and he tells me that he walks up to her. She was just like, damn, like, I don't know, like, because it was expensive, and like the owner probably won't be happy about this or whatever. I'm just like, I don't know. None of us had to like pay for it or whatever, but it was just like, oh, that's like unfortunate because that's not what the owner is gonna like want. I smile at her, whatever. Like, I don't really talk to her. I don't really like introduce myself to her at all, because I was a shy person. I mean, I still am a shy person, but like, I'm just back to looking at my crystals, and they go up in the front and they start talking. And when they're talking, like, they're kind of talking in like a hushed tone or whatever, but the store is quiet. There's only the three of us in the store, so they're talking, and even though they're talking low, I can hear them. Like, I can't hear every single thing that they're saying, but if I lock in hard enough, I can hear them, which is exactly what I did. So at first, I'm not listening to the conversation, and I'm not even trying to listen, because that's a conversation between them. Like, I'm not trying to be all up in their business, knowing what they talk about. But at a certain point, it's like the store is quiet, I'm looking at crystals, I'm not that interested, and they're talking. So my ears do their job and listen to what they're talking about. I don't know the conversation from beginning to end because I wasn't listening. All I know is that at some point he basically tells the girl that his ex hit him up, and she wants to get back together with him, and like he's thinking about it basically. And the girl tells him that you have a girlfriend, like you're literally here with your girlfriend. Imagine that. Imagine a boy, your friend, coming up to tell you some stuff about his ex or whatever, and that he's thinking about getting back together with her, and his girlfriend is like 5 feet away. Like, oh my god, bro. So she's like, you have a girlfriend, like you shouldn't be texting her, like you should just block her, like you shouldn't talk to her because you have a girlfriend. And he's like, yeah, I know, but like I don't know, like I don't want to block her because it's just like whatever, and like I just don't know what to do, and like I don't know, because I was like kind of interested in her, like she's kind of hot or whatever. So I don't know, I'm kind of pondering like my choices, like should I talk to her, should I not? I don't know, I know the girlfriend basically. And I'm listening to that, I'm like
I said, damn, bitch.
like, wow. I'm like, what a life, right? Like, what a life. Like, I don't have nothing else to say. Like, wow, like, what a boyfriend I have. Like, W boyfriend of the year, right? Like, so I'm just like, okay, like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't react. Like, at this point, your girl is so like desensitized to the bullshit that this boy does on a daily basis. I don't care, okay? If he wants to get back with his ex, go, like, do it. So I'm just like, hey bro, what can you do? Like, I'm here and I'm like, damn, like another thing, like that's crazy. But I was just like, okay, whatever. So I go back to like looking at the crystals. At some point, I'm just bored, so I kind of like start coming up to them, and I'm just like standing around, and then I guess he gets the hint that I want to leave. I think he tells me to like go in the car, and like he'll come out in a second or whatever, probably to talk more about his ex, who knows, right? Or to talk shit about me, who knows, honestly. So I go into the car, I'm just sitting there, I'm kind of like, honestly, you're real anxious, because I'm like, I know that this man, when he gets into the car, he's about to go off on me. So I'm just like, I'm shaking my leg, like I'm nervous. I'm like, damn, like I know he's about to go off on me. So he gets into the car after like a few minutes, and first thing he does, he close the door. First thing he does, turn to me and starts going off on me. I told you not to touch anything, and you sitting there gonna touch it anyways, and on top of that you're gonna drop it. Do you know how expensive that crystal? Like, you're embarrassing me. Like, I know this girl personally, and now like you're just a problem, bro. Like, you're just a problem. You always fuck up, whatever, right? And I'm just like, hey bro, hey, it is what it is, right? So I'm like, all right, like I don't really say nothing. I'm like, it was an accident, like I don't know, what do you want me to do? I can't undrop the crystal. And so whatever, we just drive. Okay, cool. At a certain point, again, I don't remember, like we probably could have, you know, been chilling in the park. I don't know if this was on the same day or on a different day. I know on one day I ended up going like to his house. I ended up going to his house, and mind you, I said that he had cameras in his house and stuff like that. So I couldn't go into the front door. I couldn't sneak it through a window, at least not the ones in the front. Basically, what your girl ended up having to do, like I said, I don't know if this was the same day, whatever. Basically, so behind his house, there was like a lagoon, like a lake, not like a lake. It was like, well, if any of you live in Florida, which I'm sure majority of you do, there's like, how do you say that? It's like grass, and it goes in, and then there's like a long stretch of water. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know what that called. Is that called a lake or like a pond or something? Whatever, it's just water, bro, you know, like water, and then there's the grass that kind of like goes in and whatever. So basically that was behind his house. So in order for me to sneak into his house, I had to basically like, so there was that thing, and then there was a fence. So essentially he told me basically to like go on the side of the fence and kind of like scale my way to like get into his house, basically, like, or to get where his house was. He was able to like go through like the front. He could go through the front. I'm over here on the back of his house scaling the back of a fence, and mind you, if I fall, I'm falling into a lake who has who knows what, bro. Doodle caca, animals, alligators, bro. I'm sitting here scaling this fence like a dumbass, okay? So I end up doing all of that. I eventually get to his house. I don't know if he had like a door open or whatever. I just end up like getting in and like sneaking in through the back, and I know I had to be like careful. Because he had like cameras. There was cameras throughout the house, but it was in certain places. And obviously he knew the places, so he would just like tell me, oh, don't go here, don't go there, like, you know, come in this way, go in this direction, whatever. I'm in his house or whatever. He did have a nice house, I'll give him that. Like, he did have like a pretty big house. He had a brother too. His brother also went to our school. His brother seen me. His brother was making comments. At some point he had told me that his brother like liked me or had a crush on me. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know if that was true, but he tells me that, whatever. I don't know if, I think he told me that afterwards though, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I know that we had like went in, we were like watching like a movie for a little bit. We're watching Aladdin. I don't think he gave me any food. I know his brother was like eating something, and him and his brother would go back and forth. I'm not gonna lie to you, him and his brother, like, sometimes like people can be part of the same family but they don't look like similar or act similar in any way. But him and his brother were literally twins. Like, they were basically the same person. Like, his brother was like a year younger than him, and those two people, his brother was cuter, I'm not gonna lie to you, but they were basically the same person. Like, the attitude, the cockiness, the just like smart mouth or whatever, they were the same person. They were just going back saying like, oh, you're eating all my food, or oh, you're a big bag, whatever. Cool, I'm just watching a movie. And then after a little bit, I think we do end up like going upstairs and like going to his room. His room was, I don't know, some people's room are so weird. Like, some people, they have like beds stacked on top of each other. Does that make sense? Like, it's like they take 3 mattresses, stack them on top of each other, then just put like a bunch of pillows and blankets or whatever. And then his room was so cluttered, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, his room, like, I'm pretty sure he shared a room or something, but like there was also another bed. There was like so much clothes, just so much like junk. Like, it looked like a hoarder house. Like, it was crazy. I don't know if that was really like his room or whatever, but that was the room that like we were in. So, you know, we were just there, whatever. We were just there, and at a certain point, this man is gonna like, you know, basically like kiss me or whatever, and we were just kissing. Or basically, he was trying to convince me to do like, basically he was really on that type of timing. Like, he was really trying, like no means no, no meant nothing. Like, I'm not saying, you know, like I said, me and him were about the same size. I got a little bit more meat on my bones. Like I said, the man looked like a stick figure, but he did have muscle on him. Like, not like muscle to the point of like, you know, those skinny guys, but they do got a little like muscle, but like naturally he's a boy. So, you know, I can be a girl, I can be like whatever my size is, but a boy who is the same size as me, regardless of if he's skinny or not, he'll probably be stronger than me. Does that make sense? Like, yes, he was skinny, but he had some muscle because he was a boy. And like, man was really like trying, basically, like holding me down a little bit, like trying. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? But nothing ended up happening because I was just like, oh no, I'm not trying to do nothing. Like, just please, like, get off me. Like, anyways, cool. So that happens. Eventually, we just leave, and I guess I sneak back out the back or whatever, or I come out like a back door. I don't know what I did. Cool. I don't know if this happened before or after, but at a certain point, and this was still in the daytime, when we were getting the pizza. Come inside, he orders the pizza. I go to sit down because, you know, they have those chairs or whatever when you're waiting. I mean, sometimes you just stand in line, but sometimes you can sit. I decided to sit. So we're sitting there. He was like asking me questions. I think he thought I was like cheating on him or something, which, let's just say, like, I might have been like potentially talking. Anyways, so he was asking to see my phone, and I was like, why do you want to see my phone? But also, let me counteract. I'm also like 90% sure that this man was cheating on me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not saying that every other day that this man was going to some girl house and buying, but throughout the school, mind you, we went to the same school, the amount of girls he was talking to, like, there were so many times where I would see him talking to another girl, being in girls' faces, having his arm around other girls, and then walking down the class. So when he's sitting here pressing me, like, when I said I was detached at the beginning, it meant something to me because it was my first relationship. So more stuff in the beginning was like different, but towards the end of the relationship, your girl was starting to become detached. So he was pressing me, asking me, oh, like, let me see your phone. Like, I just know you're doing something. I'm like, why you want to see my phone? But also, like, I just had stuff I just didn't want to be seeing for real. Like, I didn't need him all up in my business. So I was just like, why do you want to see my phone? And he's like, what's the password? Come on, tell me the password. What's the password? I'm like, no. So that was another argument in itself. And during me getting pizza, my mom starts calling me. So she starts calling me. I'm telling her, I'm like, damn, my mom's like calling me. And mind you, I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to have went out that day. So the fact that I'm here right now is a problem. So she's calling me. I don't know what to do. Like, damn, like, should I answer the phone? Should I not? Should I just ignore her? I know she probably called me like a few times. I ignored her the first time. And eventually I pick up the phone. I pick up, I'm like, hello? She's like, Geneva's? Don't tell me that you're doing exactly what I told you not to do, right? Like, you don't tell me that. I'm like,
so with no head you can learn.
Basically, essentially, obviously, like I said, she had my Uber, or like her card was connected to my Uber because your girl was broke. So basically, I'm guessing at some point during the day, which I was just kind of hoping that she just didn't notice until I was already home or whatever, she realized that there was a charge to her card. Probably she could put two and two together, like, oh, she probably went where I told her not to go, you know. So that's probably where she's at. I think it just says like, oh, Lyft got charged. And she starts calling me and she's like, where you are, whatever. Like I said, she could see that I made the Uber transaction from her account or whatever. So now she's like, oh yeah, I'm over here. Like, eventually, like, you know, I'm gonna have to be honest at some point. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm over here. Like, I think she wanted to speak to him, but I was just like, oh, he's in the bathroom. I just went outside to take the call, like outside of Pizza Hut. And then she was just like, oh, well, how you plan on getting home? Like, you Ubered yourself back. You're planning on Ubering yourself home. And I was like, oh, no, like, he's going to take me home. Like, it's not a problem, whatever. So, obviously, she wasn't happy about it. But she's just like, I'll talk to you when you get home. I got off the phone with her. I told Musty what happened. He's just like, oh, like, I told you should just have waited till today because I wanted to plan a date with you. But you just had to do whatever you wanted to do. And I was just like, yeah, I guess. The pizza he got was like, I'm a cheese pizza person. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I eat cheese pizza. Like, that's my favorite type of pizza. This was the first time actually that I kind of experimented with eating pizza. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, yes, like obviously I've had pepperoni pizza. My family eat pepperoni. They eat pizza with like sausage on it and stuff like that, or like triple meat or whatever. And also I was vegetarian. Oh yeah, fun fact, I was vegetarian. I was actually vegetarian for 4 years, or almost 4 years. So at the time I was vegetarian. So I didn't eat no meat. He said that he was gonna do a half pizza, right? Like, he said he was gonna get meat on his half and I was just gonna get cheese on mine. But when he ordered it, or when he was ordering it, he kind of got like just different things. So I didn't go mine. He probably got some like type of peppers or something. I know he got some peppers, some like maybe like bell peppers or whatever, like yellow peppers, just different things. If I have a picture, I'll insert it right here, but I don't know what the fuck happened to that picture. And then he ended up just getting no meat on his side of the pizza, which was actually pretty nice of him, like considering everything. Like, he didn't have to do that. So we're just eating the pizza on our little, on the golf field, whatever, like just trying to have a picnic or whatever. We're eating the pizza, like we're having a good time, we're just talking, whatever. Ants come, you know, we're like, okay, ants, you know, let's lift up the box, let's do something, find some type of solution. And at a certain point, I either like, I don't know, either he throw something at me, I throw something at him, I accidentally dropped something on him, he dropped something to me. I don't even know. I just remember somehow me and him end up getting into a fight that involves like maybe him chasing me. I don't know. It's been 3 years. My bad, bro. Like, we end up getting into some type of fight. I think I had spilled sauce on him somehow. And then he had gotten mad and then started threatening to like spill the sauce on me, or like throw the sauce at me, or get it on me. And then like he was kind of like chasing me around with the sauce. I mean, that time, I'm not gonna lie to you, like out of the whole date, I appreciate that part the most. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, you know, this is at least some of the perks of having a boyfriend, that we can do stuff like this. Basically, that was the date. The McDonald's, the pizza, maybe the house, and most definitely the park. So that's essentially, you know, what we did. Now, here's the part all of you are basically here for. It's the end of the day. After that, it's time for me to go home. So now it's kind of getting dark, probably like 7. Time to go home. I know his parents were coming home, and also at this time his car was not working. Like, yes, it worked for what he needed it to work for, but to be fair, it wasn't really working like that. That day before, when he had took me home, he took me home with his car, but his car was not working like that. Like, he had a big old van. It was a red van, and it just was not working. Like yes, it worked, but it wasn't functioning properly. So he would drive, and he could only drive at a really slow speed. Sometimes he had to stop the car, turn it back on, start it back up. Sometimes it wouldn't start. So imagine that when you're driving, taking the highway, when you're stopping at stoplights, like, it's just the whole thing, especially when you're having an issue with a car. I don't know exactly what issue that is. If you're a car person, you probably know. But like, if you can't turn off the car, or like when you turn off the car, it might not turn back on. That's not a good problem to have when you're trying to drive a car, when you're trying to go a far distance. So the thing is, yes, he took me that one time because of how bad, like, that one time and how long it took and all the problems. He didn't want his car to get stranded all the way over there. So he was like, I can't take you home. Like, I can't use my car. And also, my parents are coming back home. I asked him, can you Uber me? He was like, oh, no, because, like, I don't get paid. And, like, I already am using the money for something else. And, like, my dad's taking my money or whatever. So I can't. Like, I can't Uber you home. And I'm like, okay. He's like, call a taxi. In the big age, 2023, you want me to call a taxi? Like, do people still use taxis? Especially in Miami. Like, I know if you live in New York, maybe. But, like, in Miami, y'all be using taxis. But I fucking find a taxi number and I call a taxi. We're sitting there waiting, and that taxi never came. Like, probably waiting for like 20-30 minutes. That taxi never came. So I think either he has to go to work or his parents are coming home. He was just a very like punctual person, if that makes sense, because of how his household was ran. So he was like, nah, like I can't stay here with you, I'm not gonna lie to you, like you're gonna have to like wait for the bus. Or like he waited for me like a little bit, and then he ended up like leaving and just basically told me to tell him like what's up. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting at the bus. My phone is slowly dying, like it's probably at like 20% right now. There are buses coming, but the thing is the bus, they're not looking like they're going in the direction I need them to go, because I'm pretty sure it was a pretty, like for most part his house was pretty like straight, if that makes sense. So like I lived, yes, in Miami, but it was like a straight shot to him basically. So I just needed a bus to go like south, and the buses, they would come and then they would turn, so no bus would seem like they're going south, if that makes sense. And mind you, I have to be home at 12. That was my curfew. No money, no family, 16 in the middle of Miami. That was me basically. So and also I didn't want to tell my mom, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I already knew my mom was gonna be upset. Like I already knew. I didn't want to get cussed out over the phone basically. And mind you, I didn't know, I didn't realize, I didn't do the math, I didn't know how cars work, whatever. So I'm thinking in my head, I don't want to get cursed out. I don't want to create a problem, you know, for her to have to spend her money after I already, you know, spent money on Ubers. I don't want to like get in trouble basically. I'll just walk. I'll just walk, you know, I'll just walk. So I walked, mind you. He lived like 14 minutes away by car. So I think the walk was like 7 or 8 miles. But I'm thinking 14 minutes by car. If it's gonna take 14 minutes, then the most it should take by walking is like maybe 20, maybe an hour, maybe an hour at most. Honestly, this should be its own story time in itself. I get to walk it, bro. I look at the time on my GPS by walk, it says 3 hours. But me not knowing anything about actual physics, I'm like, okay, those slow ass walkers, it's not gonna take me 3 hours. I'm a speed walk. And honestly, I don't know if you guys can see it. The shorts I'm wearing is the same shorts that I wore that day. I don't remember the shirt, but those were the same shorts I wore that day. I was probably wearing that and like a black shirt. I don't know if I still have that shirt. I don't think I do. Maybe I do. I'm not sure. Anyways, so I'm like, all right, your girl can walk. Like I have 2 legs. I'm gonna walk. I get to walk and I'm speed walk. I'm like, okay, cool. Like this is just a little walk. I'm gonna be there in no time. Like yes, it's gonna take me some time, but it's better than getting cursed out. So I'm just gonna walk. Like I still have time. I'm walking. I'm not listening to no music because my phone's dying. Just looking at my GPS every now and then. Mind you, it's a straight line for the most part. Walking. 1 hour passed. Boy, after an hour walking, shit. Damn, that's a lot of walking. Like, damn. Look at the GPS. Ooh. And we're just scratching the surface, bro. Nah, fam. Like, no, it still had a bit to walk, but I'm speed walking. Now it's turning nighttime. Okay, at this point, it's turning night. Like, it's getting a little spooky outside. Mind you, me, I'm 16, so I'm like, I don't even know where I am. Like, yes, I have my GPS to show me, but if my phone would have died, hey, bro, I wouldn't be here to tell the story. Boy, would have been a missing person, bro. So, but luckily, I'm here. So, nah, man, this was so crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it was just crazy. Okay, so I'm walking. It's good night. I'm walking. Now it's 2 hours. At this point, I'm like approaching Miami, I guess. You know, I'm getting there. Like, I mean, Kendall isn't that far from Miami, but obviously by walk, that's different, bro. It's not just, oh, it's a little whatever, a little distance. Nah, it's no walk in the park when you're actually walking the distance, bro. Like, no. So it's nighttime, mind you. Now it's like 8 or 9 at this point, okay? No, I'm gonna say it's 10, okay? I'm gonna say I started walking at like, nah, it was getting up there. Like, I'm gonna say I started walking at like 7 or 8. And now it's like 10:30 probably. So, and I still have like an hour and some change left. And again, I'm walking down main streets, I'm walking under bridges, you know, there's homeless people, whatever. Like, your girl was, I'm not gonna lie to you, like when I first started walking, I wasn't scared. I'm just like, bro, it's just a walk. Like, people walk all the time, you know what I mean? Like, I've walked before, but I underestimated how much of a journey this was about to be, you know, especially with it turning to night. It's not like I started walking at like 12 and then like it was like 1, you know what I mean, or 2 or 3. It's you started walking late and now it's actually getting late and now it's nighttime and you're still in the middle of nowhere, essentially, with like an hour and some change to go. So I'm kind of like I'm kind of losing a little bit. My legs are tired, the shorts are kind of like chafing, like, you know, sometimes like your thighs start to like chafe. Basically, you start to get like a burn or whatever, like rug burn. But I don't have no choice. By the way, my mom's calling me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm coming home now, whatever, cool. And my phone's slowly dying. Probably we're at like 10% right now. And yeah, so I'm walking. At a certain point, I'm like, I can't walk no more. So what do I do, bro? What do I do? That's not a hitchhike. Oh. Or at least attempt to. So I'm like, bro, you know what? Ain't no way, bro. I'm little old me sitting here have to walk, bro. And all these cars are sitting here passing me by, bro. Let me just catch a little Uber. Like, what? Like, let me just catch a little ride, bro. I'm sitting here. Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hey guys, help, anyone, please. I know you guys see me, bro. When I said them cars, what I'm saying, like, I already know, like, as a person who like is in cars, as a person who has parents, as a person who sees other people and are in other people's cars, as a society, like, we don't have a lot of empathy for like people in situations. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, yes, maybe in certain situations, like obviously like we have charities and stuff like that, but for like the average day homeless person or the average day person like who is in the streets and stuff like that, we don't have a lot of sympathy. And obviously I can't speak for the whole us as collective. I'm sure some of you donate when you can, you know, give food when you can, maybe we'll ride if you can. Obviously it's different things, you know, people do drugs and stuff like that. You don't know who's really out here. You don't know what kind of mentality, what kind of level of sanity these what kind of mental, what kind of whatever they're going through and how it could affect them as a person. At the end of the day, you don't know because this is a stranger. So I'm not saying that I'm like blaming anyone at all whatsoever, but I'm just saying we also like don't have a lot of empathy, which that taught me. Because if I think back on it, it's like a damn situation. Like, damn, like no one's really willing to help me out. I digress. So I'm sitting here trying to, hey guys, like, I actually need a ride. Like, I'm tired of walking. I'm tired of walking. Like, can someone please help me, bro? Like, please, bro. So I'm like, bro, I'm sitting there, hey, people looking at me from the car like, oh, who's that crazy girl? You must be doing some drugs. Oh, black girl too? Absolutely not, bro. Maybe if it was a white girl and she looked more harmless, but black girl, I'm not letting that girl to my car, bro. Sitting there locking their doors, bro. Anyways, but I know at some point I'm coming up. Your girl's looking homeless, bro. Oh, bro. Listen, that was an extra homeless day. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm sitting there like, hey guys, people locking their doors. I'm like, I digress, bro. That happened for a little minute. Cause at some point I got tired of walking. I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at my battery percentage. My legs are hurting. My feet are hurting. Like, your girl was tired. Your girl was sick of walking. It's dark. I'm scared. Like, bro, no. Like, absolutely not. But safe to say, no one helped me. Like, safe to say, that was definitely like you're on your own in that situation. So I didn't really have no choice but to continue and embark on my journey at hour 2. So I'm walking. Now I would say we're probably like a mile out. You know, probably like, I would say a good 20 minutes away from my house at this point. This was in Coral Gables. I lived on Lulum Road. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say the school I went to, but you guys can kind of put 2 and 2 together. So, and my school was kind of like there. It was like down that strip, but you have to make like a left. You have to make a left, at least if you're walking from the direction I was walking in. I knew I was close to my home. I just really didn't feel like walking. I started crying at some point. Like, I went through every stage, bro. Like, when I say I went through every stage of like grief and like disappointment and giving upness, like, I went through every stage. Mind you, when I first started walking, I'm in a good mood. I'm power walking. Now, then it was, oh, this is more than I thought. Then it was scared. Oh my God, like, I'm out here all alone. My phone's dying, panic. Now I'm defeated at this point, bro. So I'm like, I'm crying. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm just rethinking my decision. My mom's blowing up my phone. My sister's trying to cover for me, whatever. Like, my mom finds out. It was just too much happening. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I have to get home. My dad's gonna come home soon. So it was just a lot happening, okay? And my phone's dying. I'm probably at like 7%. So I'm walking, I'm crying, I'm hysterical, I'm losing it a bit. And some sweet guy ends up like, I don't know how I got his attention. I was trying to get people's attention every now and then, but somehow I got his attention and he pulled over, and I was trying to explain to him I'm crying. He ends up like letting me get in the car or whatever, and he just drives me down that strip, honestly, in car, which was the worst part. That was when I was basically almost there. Like, it was like 5 minutes in the car. Like, it wasn't that much of a walk. So, but it wasn't to my house, so he just basically dropped me off to my school. So he dropped me off because I was like, oh, my house is like down, like you have to make a turn and go down. And he's like, that's not the direction I'm going in, so I'm just gonna go straight. I'll drop you off here. So he dropped me off like basically like at my school, and that was fine because the thing is, I used to walk home from school, so that walk was actually a walk that I was familiar with. It was a 20-minute walk, and obviously I walked it during the day, not during the night, and there was other kids there too. But it was a pretty like nice, I'm not gonna say nice, I would say it was a safe area. So at that point, and since it was a walk I would already make like on a daily basis, I wasn't scared. I was just more worried about, like, you know, actually getting home on time and like dealing with consequences after. So I make my last walk, bro, and I'm finally at my casa, bro. When I tell you, like, when I got home, bro, I don't know if my mom called me or she called my sister, but she was just like, Genesis, what the fuck? And I didn't want to tell her. I was trying to give up a lie. I'm like, oh, like, no, he was taking me home, but my phone was dying, and like his car was breaking down. That's why it was taking so long and it was going slow. I don't know if she believed me or not. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, bro, she was pissed. Like, she was upset. She probably said like, oh, you can't go out no more. I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously, like, parents say it all the time, you know, oh, you do something, like, you're never going out again, and then you end up going out again. But I know she was pissed. Like, she was like, I was worried about you, I was calling you, had me worried sick, we don't even know where you are, and you're just doing whatever you want, cool. So I'm just like, yeah, like, I was exhausted, honestly. I didn't have no energy to argue. I'm just like, yeah, bro, like, never again, bro. Like, honestly, like, never again. And that was, well, Okay, listen. Interesting. Anyways, story for another day. But that was definitely the one and only time I've ever walked like that. Like, that was, it took me like 3.5 hours to get there. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that was, and then through the night, like, it was just too much. Like, and then over a guy, bro. Like, obviously, I didn't know that I would end up, like, things would end up going like that. But, like, no. So, that was pretty much the story. Oh my god, this video is overly long, bro. But that was the story. So, let me know what you guys think. Like, me and him, obviously, I don't see no ring on my finger. We're not together, but like, yeah, I don't have nothing to say. Would I do that now? Hell no, in no world whatsoever. Like, your girl got a little cha-ching, so your girl will rather spend her last 60 on an Uber than ever do that. Your girl will call some people before I ever do that. And honestly, I don't think he should have let me do that regardless. Like, if you're really my boyfriend, you shouldn't have me doing no shit like that. But I don't even think he knew I was gonna do that, to be fair. So that's what we learned. We learned, hey bro, the time by car versus the time I walk, two very different times. But yeah, so that was the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And yeah, make sure you follow my socials. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for more videos. Like, your girl got story times out the kazoo. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.